Uh, Hello there. Back in November of 2023, I took an exam called the ASCPI exam, and unfortunately, I failed. And it was something I studied for like around 3 months, and it was a 100-item exam. I took every precaution. I studied so hard. But then I still failed. And so, when I failed, I got really depressed because it was 3 months. I sacrificed 3 months. 3 months of my free time, 3 months of my effort was just gone in one exam, in one test. And so I got really down. And when I got really down, I made some bad decisions. Bad decisions. I spent my money. And I was gonna either spend it on drugs or prostitutes, but no. I spent it on something so much worse than that. Warhammer 40k Kill Team. But yeah, in any case, either way, I compulsively bought a 40k Kill Team because I was depressed from failing an exam, and it was a very expensive exam, mind you. And so yeah, that's the story of why I painted these guys, because I compulsively bought them. But in any case, like many of my plastic models, they were sitting on my shelves for a very long time, months, a few months. And it wasn't only until around May of this year that I started painting them. Well, sorry, no. Actually, no. It wasn't until the end of April this year that I started painting them. And so, I began painting them along with my resin 3D printed Terminators. But no, those Terminators, I'll make a video on them some other time. But for now, the Warhammer 40k Kill Team Blooded, which is basically Chaos Guardsmen, that I bought because I got really down after failing an exam. And thankfully, I only bought them for 3,500, 3,750, around 4,000 pesos. Still quite expensive, but I had the money, man. I saved up a lot of money from work, so it wasn't too bad. But still, that's compulsive buying. Don't do that. I just got lucky because I had saved enough money. But if you haven't saved enough money and you're buying these plastic miniatures, please, you have other things in your life you have to control. Even me, who has saved up money, I still have other things in my life to control, and buying these plastic miniatures, they're not really something, they're not something I should be focusing on. I have other things to focus on. And so I kind of stopped buying Warhammer for I stopped buying them for now, because while I don't have any backlogs, it takes a lot of time and effort to invest in actually building and painting them. Which is why, if you're gonna buy these and you have a lot of things going on in your life, make sure to make space, make sure to make time for it when you're actually going into this hobby. Because if you don't, they're just gonna be stuck in your shelf for months or years. And so, painting the Kill Team Blooded. For this one, I was actually confused because I was trying to find all the colors, all the right colors to use on the internet, and on the internet they just gave me this set, what is this Evil Sun Scarlet, what is this, Necron Compound. There's so many things, and sometimes the colors are just, there's this bottle of color that's literally just used to paint a tiny dot on the eye. I didn't want to spend so much money on a bottle of color for that. And so I just went to the local hobby shop from a nearby city because, you know, that's the only hobby shop I could go to. I went to that place and bought a random set. And so I just bought a random set of colors that appealed to me, and it was these guys. This like game color, and it had like red, blue, and yellow. So, you know, the primary colors. So if I wanted to make basically any color I wanted, I could just mix and match. Plus, the good thing about this color set was that it included silver and gold. So yeah, I had my metallics, gold and silver. I had my base colors, yellow, red, and blue. And if I wanted to make green, I could just combine the blue and yellow, and that was perfect. And yeah, it was perfect. Well, perfect in a way that it simplified my color scheme. And so it's these guys. I made them finally, and it was all cool and good. I actually had like somehow a very relaxing time painting these guys. You know, it was like born out of a very stressful situation that I compulsively bought something, but in the end it turned out to be like a very relaxing and zen sort of experience. Like first base coating it in red, and then putting the blues, and then putting the metallics, and then like shading them with diluted black, so on and so forth, and just layer by layer the miniatures got finished, and it was just amazing. It was an amazing experience, and it helped me recover from that, you know, that terrible experience of failing at something that took me like 3 months of studying. And yeah, you know, once again, art saved my life. And yeah, that's a nice thing to experience. And so now I'd like to share my favorite miniatures out of the bunch. So first of these miniatures would be the medic guy, because he was like the first one in the manual to be made, and so it's this guy. I'm just gonna show them on screen in like a different picture. I'm gonna put them around here maybe, so that you can see them clearly, but I have it in my hand. It's not very clear, of course, but this was my first one that I finished out of the batch, because it was, of course, the first one in the manual. And yeah, I experimented on him. Like there was like a blue shade, like a blue ink wash in this box of colors that I got, and it didn't really work out, and you can still see like the blue ink wash on it, some remnants of it. But anyways, you know, it came out decent. The other one that's significant to me would be the Flenser. Now the Flenser in the manual looked very different. However, I mixed and matched many parts that I wanted. Like this hand was supposed to be for the Grenadier, this backpack was supposed to be for something else, and the only thing that was like of the Flenser was the knife. And so this is still gonna be like recognizable as the Flenser on the tabletop if ever I get to play Kill Team. But yeah, I like it. This was my custom miniature that I built from the box, of course, that I'm actually proud of. The other one that was an accidental custom built one was the Sniper. Now when I tried to build the Sniper, I'm gonna show you like the original one. This was supposed to be the base body of the Sniper, and unfortunately I made a trooper out of it because I wasn't paying enough attention to the manual. And so for the next one, the other trooper, supposedly, I just made him into the Sniper, and as you can see, his legs are not that of the Sniper, it's from another body. I just I just pushed in the different pieces to make it fit, and it's not a perfect fit, but from, a tabletop distance, it's fine. And so, it's one of my first happy little accidents of this process. Yeah. Moving on is the Gunner. And for this one, I really liked. It was a very simple painting, and I really like the glow that I made from the gun. It's not the best, but it's the first ever like plasma glow that I made, and I think I did a pretty decent job at it. By decent, I mean amateur. Next is the this like trench guy. It has the shield and the shotgun. Basically, it can't get any more badass than that. A shield and a shotgun. And for its back, these spikes with the head in the back was supposed to be the butcher. However, I didn't feel like it fit the butcher very well because for the butcher it would just be the spikes. It had no cape. And so for this one, I just put this here because I wanted to. You know what's more badass than a shield, a sawn-off shotgun, a cape, and with spikes and heads. Speaking of the butcher, here is the butcher. So for my butcher, it was supposed to come with like the spikes for the trench guy, with the trench guy, but instead I used like the spikes and cape from a miniature that I decided not to build. And so yeah, I liked it because capes. I like capes. You know, this isn't the Incredibles where you have to be practical, but yeah, I made this little guy, and I like him. The unfortunate part about this butcher is that the cornate war axe is looks like a piece of wooden axe rather than a red magma glowing one. So that's a little failure over there, but I don't really mind. There's like 10, 12 of these guys. Oh yeah, and this one, the traitor thug. I know, I like the blood on the mace. It's like a makeshift mace. Yeah. And for the two big guys, we have here like the traitor captain. And this traitor captain with the power fist, the blue wash that I first tried to use on the medic that wasn't very good, where here it actually worked very well. The coat, not only did I paint this like the blue that came out of the color set, but I also used the blue wash, which made it like a dark blue, and created shades on the miniature for the coat specifically, and it worked very well. And lastly, the big guy, the abomination. The abomination. Well, it's a corrupted ogryn, and for this one, this was like the easiest to paint out of all of them. Again, the bigger the model, the easier to paint. Yeah, like the claw and the blood on the claw, the blood on the weapon, and then the golden like chaos symbol that's embedded onto the monster. It's just cool, man. It's badass. It's chaos. I'm not a big chaos fan. In Warhammer 40k, I mostly like the Imperial Knights and the Space Hulk Terminators. Those are the factions and should I say characters, but factions and models that I like, the Space Hulk Terminators and the Imperial Knights. But the Chaos ones, I actually appreciate them now. Now that I've got these Chaos Guardsmen that I painted, I appreciate them now more so. And yeah, that was it. That's them. My Chaos kill team, the Blooded, which were Chaos Guardsmen. And so that was my experience with with painting these miniatures, this Chaos kill team, the Blooded, and what came from compulsive spending because I got down bad because of failing at something, turned and waiting on the shelves for a while turned into, an experience where I had closure with this, this event. Yeah, it's a sort of closure, I guess, and that's what I'm thankful about. And so that's all for now. Thank you for your time, and until then, I'll see you.